Alright, so we're here at Betrayal at Crawley. It's actually a 30k tournament, which is a bit different. Hopefully everyone can hear me, because I've got lots of people in the background, but I've got a headset on anyway. Or headphones, should I say. So this is my first deployment. I've got 3 Galatas over there, and an Achilles, and then 3 squads of Custodian Guard with spears. One's got 4 in Valdor over there, and a Shield Captain. Tom, my opponent, has got a Land Raider here, which is pretty cool. 16th Legion, it's awesome. One over there, and then a Contemptor, 2 Contemptors there. And this is an overview of the board. And then we're going to roll for C's, mate, yeah? Go for it, mate.
Lucky dice.
There we go. A 5, unlucky. So I'm going to go first. This is the overview from the sort of enemy's eye view here. And then turn 1 Custodes, I'm just going to run forward. See what we do after that. Okay, turn 1 Custodes movement is finished. Essentially all I've done is ran everybody forward. Sort of got, obviously, halfway across the board really. Tom's stuff is quite spread out. We've got over there a couple of Land Raiders, and he's maybe coming out with some things here. But yeah, so turn 1 there. Oh, there's one. Turn 1 for the movement phase of 16th Legion. There we go. Alright, so turn 1 over for the 16th Legion. Essentially what happened is Tom was a bit unlucky really. The Spartans, Spartans Land Raider, isn't it, this one? Yeah. Land Raider fired all his las cannons, but got 3 1s, didn't you? So, really bad. I mean, we had some more las cannons here, which again weren't too great. Multi-melter, even with re-rolls to wound, I managed to cause a wound on the Galatas, didn't he? Unfortunately, that was. And then this other Land Raider again spewed all its guns, and then caused another wound on the Galatas as well. So there we are. That's the end of that go. Overview is this. So yeah, that's how we're looking, and it's Custodes turn 2. Turn 2 movement phase for Custodes. This Achilles, he didn't advance. He's sort of going to go for a long bomb charge to the Land Raider here, hopefully, if we make that. Galatas had to advance because he was out of 12 on the charge, so he just had advanced. Went forward again, that's why he's running so fast. The Custodian Guard behind advanced as well, these 3 here. And then this Valdor squad advanced as well. And the Galatas closed the distance, but this Dreadnought, he used his withdrawal reaction to get back further away, and that Galatas again just moved forward, and then the Custodian Guard, they advanced. So that's where we're looking. So this is where we are, I guess. Couple of dreads here, narrator there, overview like this. So it's closing the gap. Let's see what happens. Okay, so charge phase Custodes, as you can see, both the Galatas went in here, so that was pretty good. Hopefully they'll deal with that one. And then the Achilles failed, got like a 3, so Surge 2. Sorry, mate. Yeah, that's see how well we get on. Let's do it. All right, so what happened? Okay, so this Galatas was an absolute hero. Took it in the face though. Took some wounds there from the Gravis Power Fist, but dispatched the Contemptor on his own, which was really awesome for him. And then obviously they consolidated along, moved next to this Contemptor. The other one went towards the Land Raider. And then yeah, it's now Tom's turn 2. Unfortunately, it's still night fight. And he failed to get his reserves on, so it's a bit crappy for him. But I guess that happens sometimes. So Land Raiders moved back. And then let's see what else happens. It's what happens in the shooting phase. All right, so overview really of Tom's turn. The luck's still not there, is it? So everything fired again. Las cannons, multiple loads of those from the Land Raider, from the Contemptor, and the Galatas here still managed to boss it. He's got 4 wounds on him, but he's still going. He was unwounded. He advanced towards the Land Raider, and then this chap fired everything at this Galatas and caused another one wound. That's right, wasn't it? Yeah. So he's taken 2. So sorry, mate. Yeah, sorry, buddy. So yeah, this is the overview. Unfortunately, because the reserves didn't come on and night fight continued, it's really hampered the 16th Legion. But they are dirty traitors. Okay, so on to turn. I think it's turn 3 now for me. Oh, wow, we're rocketing through it. Turn 3 already. I'm sort of doing this a bit fast paced, only because I don't want to take so long filming, and you know it is an event, so I don't want to piss people off. So there we go. It's Custodes turn 3. Custodes turn 3, and it's a charge phase. So Galatas made in combat with a Land Raider there, so hopefully that'll do well there, I'm sure. And then Valdor, Shield Captain, and friends charge the Contemptor. He's only got las cannon, so he's probably not going to do great deals in combat. So that should be good. Also made 3 4-up saves with the Shield Captain because I was behind the wall. So he didn't even take any las cannon wounds. And then these charge the Land Raider here, so it's not looking good for the 16th Legion. Let's see what happens after we've resolved combat. Custodes turn 3 combat. The Dread Spear is awesome against tanks. So it only had 2 wounds to be fair, and it got destroyed. Dumping out a squad. Are they Reavers, those guys? Oh, veterans here. So dumped out there. Didn't get pins, that's good. The Galatas not very good at hurting tanks at all, didn't do anything. This one. Over here, Valdor and the Shield Captain killed the Contemptor before it attacked, and then they went this way. It did blow up and cause a wound to the Galatas though, which is, he's on 1 wound now. And this Galatas couldn't even hurt the tank because it's -1 strength. So this is the overview of the battlefield, and now hopefully these reserves come on, right? Hopefully. Yeah, so Tom's turn 3. Okay, 16th Legion turn 3. Unbelievably, Tom's reserves failed to turn up, so Abaddon's still not here, which basically forced him to run out of the tank into the corner now to try and hide from the Custodes because they're just closing everything down. That tank shot everything and didn't actually cause any wounds, did it, that one, unbelievably. Again, I made a save, but he was just rubbish at shooting, just missed. And then this other squad, vets ran away from death, basically, which is over here. So yes, Custodes turn 4, I think now. Yeah, so we're rattling through it. Unfortunately, there's not much on the board. That's probably why we're going so quick. But there we go. Turn 4, Custodes. Okay, Custodes shooting phase turn 4. Essentially caused a couple of wounds with all the sort of shred stuff. He passed on an 8, which is good. And they're getting ready for a charge over there. And then over here, only caused a wound of the shred bolters. So on to charging, really. Going to try and charge this unit, the tank, and those guys there. So let's see what happens. Okay, Custodes turn 4. Just finished up the combat. The 2 veterans died by the Custodian Guard spears. Just got rid of them. What else happened? And over here, I forgot that they all had metal bombs. So then the tank's now down to 1 wound. 1 whole point, should I say. And the other squad unfortunately ran off. They rolled a 10 for leadership and bolted off the board. So, yep, so essentially end of turn 4, 1 whole point on the Land Raider alive, and he's got his deep striking stuff, which is half of his army, to be fair. So they all, here they come on turn 4, finally join the party. All right, so let's get them involved, cool. All right, they finally arrived. Here we are. Abaddon and friends arrived. They shot up the Galatas and then charged and killed him, but the Galatas did take 3 down with him, and 1 died to explosions, so they 4 less altogether. So it's pretty good. And then my turn 5, Custodes. That tank is dead anyway, so it's just these guys left alive. Let's do it. Okay, Custodes turn 6 now, isn't it? Yeah, so we skipped a little bit. Turn 6. Essentially, I last turn ran away from these. Simple as that. Got him over there. Got him over there. Abaddon's big and scary. I'm just going to do some shooting on my last go. That's pretty much it. And then I'm sure they won't all die. And then he's got probably a bit of shooting and a charge, and that's it. And that'll be done. So there we are. We'll summarise it in a minute. Okay, game ended. Turn 6. The 16th had 2 VPs for a Dreadnought killed. Galatas died, and I chose Dreadnoughts as well, so I killed 2 of those, giving me 4, and I got last man standing as well, so I got 5 points, so it's 5-2. So that was how the game looked. So I had quite a lot left at the end, but Blood Feud is only victory points scored for the unit type chosen killed, so a bit of a weird mission, really, but there we go. That's an awesome game, and on to the next one. just some Best Army nominations for the Betrayal at Crawley. Just thought I'd film these while I've got a minute. It's 15th Legion. Very shiny, but it looks very cool. A couple of javelins there. Some scouts, old school ones. A Scorpius there. And what I imagine are Recon Marines over here. And then some more Recon Marines, I imagine. Loads and loads of Recon Marines everywhere. Ammon, Narrator, Scorpius, and more bikes. Very shiny. Anyway, that's that one. I'll have a look at the other ones as we go along. Alright, Iron Hands here. Yeah, let's have a look at these. There he is. Paris Manus, going to get involved with a big hammer. He's in there. Good job. Got some Salamanders, Vulcan leading from the front as normal. And what else we got? Loads of other Assault Marines or Tactical Marines, something like that. Praetor probably over there. Massive sword. Pyroclast, hope they do well. Attack Marines, that's your stuff, is it, mate? What are these? What are these guys? Just normal spoilers. Spuds? Oh, the spoilers. Nice. I do Salamander, so got the old Spartan as well on the go. It's a shame they don't have dozer blades though. They'll get bloody immobilised. Is that a flame tank? That one? Sorry? Multi-motor or flame tank on that one? Multi-motor. Multi-motor, nice. Awesome. No, that's cool, mate. Yeah, have a look. Cheers. This is Pete's word bearers. The arch traitor himself there, Norgal. Galval back as well. Quite a lot of them. Tactical Marines with their Rhino. Amazing paint job. As normal. Big old sort of Galval back looking dread. Contempt, I imagine. Awesome objective there. Ultramarine strung up. Yeah, it looks really cool. And the more Marines for a Rhino. There we go. That's awesome. So good. Love the objectives he's done. Really cool. Cherubs carrying them. That's his army. Let's look at the next one. Some people might have seen this already. It's Tom's army. These are the Breacher Marines with their shields. Absolute nightmare this army is. I think he tabled his last opponent. Horrible man that he is. Lots of heavy bolters everywhere. Contemptor again. That shield just for show really. It's got las cannons. I know it's got a Castellan there. Leviathan looks horrible. I think it's a Praetor. And more boarding shields everywhere. And then 10 las cannons. It's pretty nasty really. And some more heavy bolters. So that's Tom's army. So there we are. They're the armies that have been put down for the Best Army Award. Those four. There we go. So game 2 at Betrayal at Crawley. It's Dominion. And I am playing against the 15th Legion, all the psychers in the world. So how have I deployed? So this deployment is first of all, so a couple of Ganatus and Achilles there, squad behind them to hold that objective. Another squad here with Valdor in, and another squad over there with 3 holding that objective. They're going to go to the middle one, and then 2 more Ganatus here, heading that way. There we go. Some bikes here, they outride, so they got infiltrate, so they can probably bomb forward. Got the las cannons on the tank there, Scorpius there, and Recon Marines infiltrate there. We're just putting them down first just because, rather than doing it at the end. And we've got an outflank marker here. So there we are. So come back after he's done deploying. Okay, these sneaky little gits come behind me. What are they called again, mate? What are those ones called? Amatari have deployed behind me, little sods. And then got some Recon Marines here on the objective, on that objective, and yeah, that's kind of the overview. Oop, knock all the scenery away, it's a good idea. There we are, so do you want to roll for these? Go for it. Might as well film it. Yeah, go for it, mate. Oop, another one. Nope. 2 goes at that, but there we are. Okay, so Custodes movement phase. Okay, summary, forgot to summarise the end of my go, but basically it was horrendous. So the Achilles fired at the scout people, which I can't remember what they're called again. Amatara, who then managed to get 5 rending hits on me and put me down to 2 wounds. And I killed 2 of them, so it was not a good return. Then the next go, they shot me again, caused another wound, so he's probably dead this go, unfortunately. Anyway, so that was my go. And then the Thousand Suns, there was quite a lot of... The Scorpius tried to knock out the Achilles, but basically missed. They kept missing. The bikes went towards my squad and I backed off, withdrew out of range of the guns, and then lots of other stuff just shot around really. Some psychic powers. Amon did telepathy. What's it called, that one? Is it telepathic hallucination or something else? I think it's that. I think it's hallucination or telepathic fugi or something weird, isn't it? Hallucination. But I managed to pass it on these chaps. And then, yeah, there's just some shooting all over the place, really. So, yeah, that's now Custodes. This is the overview of the battlefield. Thousand Suns are still in control there, 2 objectives. This go, I've managed to hold 3, so quite lucky for me. Didn't get on pin, that was really important. And then see the Custodes get on in the movement phase. Okay, turn to Custodes. Movement reactions, they couldn't react. So Porty's limping along after them. These guys are staying here. Happily on that one. Them guys are staying there on that one. I've still got that one. And then Valdor and friends went towards the bikes, who moved forward very bravely. And then these chaps here went forward towards the Galatas very bravely again as well. And then the 2 Galatas are over there. So hopefully I'll get some good combats going and then see what happens after the shooting phase. Okay, Custodes turn 2 against the 15th. I didn't choose to charge with the Achilles because I knew I'd just get blown to bits by those guys. And then over here, the Galatas killed, I think he killed 3 in combat, because he shot one with a flamer. He didn't run, and the bikes all died to Valdor and the shield captain. And then the other squad of 5 got killed by the Galatas. So we're closing in on the 15th, but they've still got lots of nemesis bolts, which is scary. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so the overview of the Thousand Suns. Turn, crikey, I don't know what turn it is. 2. What happened was, Amon charged the Dreadnought. It was quite funny, so he caused 6 wounds, he caused 3 wounds on the 4s, he had to re-roll them, got another 3 4s, and then I made 3 4 saves. So that's quite funny. What else happened? And then the Galatas killed the 3 Tartarus Terminators, they got killed, and then it all ran away. I ran down the Tactical Marine, and Amon escaped. The Scorpius kept firing and trying to pin my stuff. And what else happened? Las cannons hit the shield captain, caused 2 wounds. And then these chaps finished off the Achilles, who then returned fire, killed a few. And that's it. So we're on to turn 3, Custodes. It's all happening really quickly. Okay, so we've finally charged Amon, who shot back with his sort of special pistol, causing 12 hits, and killed 2 Custodes on the way in. That was really upsetting. And then the Galatas managed to somehow climb up that wall to engage the Recon Marines. So hopefully we'll get rid of him and them, hopefully. Failed a charge over against the vehicle though. There we are. Not too bad. Let's get on with it. Okay, turn 3 then for the 15th Legion. Finally the Javelins turn up through the outflank bit, and they nailed some Custodes here, so they're all dead. So killed Watcher squad out. Luckily enough, this chap over here passed some saves against the Amataris, I think they're called that. And then the Galatas only killed 1 guy because he was slowed himself down. So yeah, turn 4 Custodes. Custodes turn 5. We skipped a little bit only because it is an event and I don't want to take ages filming and being annoying basically. So what happened was in the Thousand Suns turn, the Javelins shot and killed the shield captain, and then they put wounds on Valdor because he didn't make any saves. And then I continued to not make any saves. So he's on 1 wound now because the Land Raider shot him. In my go, Valdor tried to hide as much as he can next to the Land Raider. Galatas closed distance on the Land Raider, and then the Galatas closed distance on the Javelins, and they stay where they are. And he is staying where he is. Not much left, very few turns left. There we are. This is the overview of the battlefield. Yeah, I've got lots of victory points, so I'm way ahead. I've got like 13 so far to 2, so it's a win for Custodes, but just trying to, you know, crack on with it. Let's do it. Okay, that's game end. 16-6 of Custodes. Just basically racking up lots of victory points early on. But loads of stuff died. Valdor died. Galatas died. A bunch of other stuff died. But yeah, 16-6 in the end. On to the next one. Alright, so last mission at Crawley from Betrayal. Betrayal at Crawley. I have, we're playing War of Lies. Custodes, obviously, again. 3 Galatas here on the line. Vanguard Strike. And then the Achilles. And then Squad of Guardians. Shield Captain Valdor. I've got 2 squads in reserve. The reason why is because I'm going second, and there's an objective here which I can easily get, and an objective here which I can get from reserve. There's one in there, but what I'm facing is this. These horrendous Initiative 5, absolutely horrendous Dreadnoughts, horrible, and then Galvor back, and Lorgar, obviously nasty as well. Lots of them. 3 Rhinos with troops in. It's Pete to go first. So yeah, let's come back after we've done the movement phase. This is the overview of the battlefield. Battlefield's pretty cool, as in terrain-wise. Got lots of ruins everywhere, so it's kind of line of sight. But to be fair, we don't have any shooting really. We're just basically combating each other. So let's see what happens. Okay, turn 1's ended. The word bearers sort of went forward, and then Lorgar sort of went around the side really, and then I sort of did the same thing, I suppose. Went round in a circle. So we're kind of circling each other. Nothing really happened. Some shots, but bugger all really. It's going to come down to combats when we get there. So that's turn 1. Nothing's happening yet. So on to turn 2. Okay, word bearers still running away. We're talking about it a lot. It's if I get into them, they're going to get probably killed. So we're basically just trying to chase each other. It's already turn 3, so we're going to have to do something. But I'm just going to go forward. He's going to go forward, do some cagey stuff, and then we charge. So yeah, we're already on turn 3. Nothing's happened because War of Lies. There's my stuff here. Yeah, and the overview is there's a couple of Rhinos over here hiding behind with that objective controlling that in the end of the game, I'm sure. Yeah, so it's just a case of chasing them down, I suppose. There we go. So turn 3 Custodes. Let's see what we do. Okay, turn 3 Custodes. Basically, these reserves came on. I put them here because they're so far over objective. Obviously, I get last go, so I'm just going to run from here to there to get it. Got the objective over there, which was sitting on anyway the Custodes through the building. Everyone sort of went across here because they're over there. So we're sort of holding here, and then they're over here. I killed a Galvor back, and really it's turn 4 now, so of course 2 wounds on this guy's, he's down to 6. Yeah, turn 4 word bearers, so let's see what happens here. So again, the overview is as such. It's just cagey as hell really, this game. Hopefully we're going to get, don't worry, we'll do something in a minute. Let's do it. Okay, Custodes turn 4, and we decided to charge something. So I had 2 Galatas and an Achilles. Again, what are these dreadnoughts called? Maharagal, okay.
They're the same as your
yeah.
the big one.
Telemann, yeah.
A few of them around.
Similar to Telemann's, okay. They're scary as hell, but he charged them anyway because horrible. And then Valdor went into this one, who's on 5 wounds, so hopefully we get rid of him. The idea is to get rid of them both, and then get counter-charged by this lot, which is upsetting. But yeah, let's see how it resolves. But yeah, we got. I'm hopeful. He's got 5 wounds left. What invulnerable saves they got? 5 up? 5 up. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I've got a bunch of attacks. Yeah, let's come back when we get it done. Like, overview is these are here, controlling the board there. We're all fighting a massive fight in the middle. He didn't charge, and we got guys over there, and then some other Rhinos over here, and hiding behind there some more dudes. See what happens. Okay, what do we do? So this horrendous thing killed Achilles without me making any saves, and then the Galatas missed everything, and then that one hit once and wounded, but he saved it. So I did absolutely terrible in combat. So that's awful. But there we are. And then we got to react. I need to move them actually. Move them in a second. They did kill the other one, only just though, and it did kill a lot of my guys. But there we go. On to turn 5. It's 1-1. On to turn 5. Okay, combat turn 5. That's pretty much where we're at, really. Actually went slightly better for Custodes this time round. The Dreadnought survived on a wound. He's definitely dead next turn because they all initiative 5, so he'll die. But I got the Morrigar on 5 wounds, sorry, on 3 wounds, so bashed him up. Yeah, so it's not horrendous, but yeah. Mine turn 5 for combat. I'm just going to launch in and see what I can do. Okay, that's turn 5. The Galatus sort of couldn't make combat, so he had to consolidate because lots of stuff died. Valdor and everyone else charged in, and then this horrendous Dreadnought. What's it called again? Maharagal. Yeah, it still couldn't be killed. It's on a wound. And then the Gavelback, 1's on a wound. Lorgar's on 4 wounds. And I've got some guys still in combat. Need to move them in. And last turn, Pete's last turn, move this guy's on objective. So he's got 3 objectives. I've got 2. Well, we'll have 2. And then let's get on to turn 6. Okay, end of the game then. So finally, what's that big Dreadnought called again? No, the big Dreadnought thing. Maharagar thing. Finally, this absolute boss tanked it. Killed him. Lorgar died to the shield captain who made, what did I make? 4 6-up saves with shield captain? That was insane. 4 6-up saves. Yeah, shield captain absolutely bossed it. And then the shield captain killed Lorgar as well, and then charged in there. But essentially, these guys come over to mess that objective up. Pete unfortunately rolled a 1 there and a 2 there, didn't get anything. And then, yeah, I rolled a 5 for there, getting 3 VPs. 5 for there, getting 3 VPs. And then I got end of the game, 13-1 Custodes. I will do a little rundown at the end of all of this. But yeah, awesome day overall. And yeah, I'll do a rundown in a bit. Cool. Alright, so this is going to be like a post Betrayal at Crawley report. So I guess I'll start off by saying the videos that are, or the clips that are attached to this main video are somewhat fast, and the reason for that is because it is an event that obviously my opponents didn't really agree to me to spend ages filming stuff. So, you know, they all gracefully said I could, but I didn't want to take the mickey by spending ages, you know, talking about things and getting their views on things and all that stuff that I normally do. That's why the other sort of clips are quite fast paced. I mean, some of the clips I managed to squeeze into, like, you know, 5 minutes sort of segments per game. So it's really just like real quick summarizing of stuff. But now, since it's done, I can have a bit more time to just sit down and recap what happened. So anyway, let's go over what I took to Betrayal at Crawley. I got Valdor, so there he is. He's pretty awesome. Performance-wise, he did really well. He got killed on one of the games, as you saw, against the Thousand Suns. Just got las cannon to death in the end. I made some terrible saves, and he didn't make. I can't even remember making one, even on the 3-ups. So he just died. So that's fine. But other than that, he performed pretty good. Admirably. Shield Captain, he was kind of just, he was actually awesome. The final game, he managed to save 4 brutal attacks against Pete's word bearers against Lorgar. I got 4 6s. So that was insane. And then he was the one that finished off Lorgar. So you got the swords murder strike for his Meridian swords. So he's got 2 Meridian swords there, one on the back, one in his hand. And yeah, he managed to finish off Lorgar, so that was awesome. Killed the arch traitor. That's absolutely amazing. There's Lorgar's head. Let's pretend that's the case. So he did really well as well. The Custodian Guard. So on the squad that I used the characters to join, I had 4 Custodian Guard with spears. You know, they did their job. They either held the first game, that was against the 16th Legion, Sons of Horus, and they just sort of ran forward. Really didn't do a great deal, but sort of ran forward trying to hit things. But they certainly didn't really die, so that was good. And then the second game, they were against the Thousand Suns, and they just sort of stood there on the objectives, just holding them on Dominion to get some points. And being Leadership 9, they didn't get pinned, which I was pretty lucky because I kept running quite high. So that they did a good job there. Just sort of a couple of times on the skirmish rule, I was behind some cover, so that was quite nice. I have 4 up cover saves because they're 6 up and vulnerable saves, just not too great really against like obviously anything that's AP2. So they did a good job for me overall. And then what else do we have? Okay, so this is the army anyway. So we've got obviously Valdor, Shield Captain, 3 squads. So there's a squad of 3 Custodian Guards there, all with spears. Squad of 3 again with spears, and a squad of 4 with spears. What I might do is I might sort of chuck in an axe because the axe are for free. So switch out a spear for an axe guy just because they're strength 8, and it's quite nice to double out Space Marine characters. Yes, I'm going to hit last against Dreads, but I guess I could, choose to get rid of that guy if he's getting shot up, if I don't need him. Anyway, so Custodian Guard, yeah, did really well. The speed of them is insane. They're so fast. I mean, going 8, and then with initiative 5, and you're bombing off, 13 up the board, they can cover. I mean, like in the game against Thousand Suns, Valdor literally was right on the tip of the short edge deployment zone, my opponent's deployment zone, on turn where he died. So he did amazing. The Galatas then, so I've got 3 of them. I lost some soft score points in the event. I think it was because I needed to do a little bit more on these guys. So I'm probably going to do a bit more on these. They do look, I mean, to be fair, they are just gold, aren't they, really? I've sort of highlighted them a bit, like with the detailing on the black, but, to be fair, they do need some more effort. So I'm going to change each one's shield and probably get some transfers for Forge World because they look cool, and stick him over. So he's probably, one of them's going to have like a red shield and red shoulder pad. The other one's going to have like black probably, and then I don't know what colour the other one's going to, maybe blue. I don't know, probably. Anyway, so how did they get on? So Galatas in the first game against Contemptor did what I really hoped he would do. Just ran at the Sons of Horus Contemptor and absolutely smushed him in a single round of combat. So that was absolutely awesome. And then I think it was one of them or the other one just kept bossing it. Like 4 up saves was so good. The only thing I would say about the Galatas is when they get against vehicles like Land Raiders, they really struggle because they're only strength 8 and they don't have anything else. So they're just punching the sides of it constantly, trying to scare people inside. So they're really struggling against that. But I guess that's what the Achilles are for. So overall, the Galatas did really well. Yeah, the 4 up save, they just stood there, good at counting on themselves. As I said, the first game got rid of the Dreadnoughts, the Sons of Horus Dreadnoughts, which gave me 4 points, so that was good. And the second game against the Thousand Suns, everything they hit died. I mean, to be fair, they were fighting, Recon Marines, so it's not exactly going to fail against that. But, they got stuck in. Again, they were fast, just advancing them straight up the board as fast as they could. So that was good. And the third game, they even did well then. I mean, like one of them was absolutely getting battered by the Galvor back, and that other horrible dreadnought I keep forgetting the name of. And then it survived on a wound, and then finally it got killed. But then the other one did get rid of that big nasty scary dreadnought, so that was awesome. The Achilles, did well. Game 1 was shooting its Corvus Las Cannon, which I was annoyed with at the start with Bane A33, but you know what, it's still strength 9, it still took some hull damage and penetrating hits off the Land Raider, so that was actually quite good. Immobilised it, so even though it's AP3, it's still strength 9, and it's 3 shots, so it's not too bad. I still think it should, don't know why they're strength AP3, but there we are, kind of everything. So the Achilles did good that game, and then just ran away from the Abaddon because it didn't want to lose points. So it did well. And then in the second game against the Thousand Suns, that was awful. I shot some snipers and they shot back and they got like 6 wounds on him. 6 rending wounds. It's horrendous. But I managed to I just sort of kept going towards them, not firing at them, threatening to charge them. And then when they shot me, returned fire and killed a few, got them down to 2. And in the end, he did die, but he's only got 5 up saves. So if you get that many rending hits against you, what can you do? So he did all right, to be fair. And then against the Word Bearers, against Pete's Word Bearers, he absolutely got smashed in a round of combat. Just absolutely got smashed. Just so many brutal hits. I think it took 6, maybe 8 brutal saves and just died. Just made one save, just died straight away. Took 7 wounds, off he went. So yeah, fair enough though. Got absolutely battered then. So yeah, overall, the event itself, yeah, it was great fun. Also, you know, Rupert ran it, so you know, long-term friend. So really great effort for him to, you know, get his first event under his belt and get that done. So if anyone has another look at the stuff that he's doing, you know, please get down to it. It's good fun. Learned a lot as well from the Custodes. I mean, mine is, as you can see, it's an absolute Route 1 list. It just runs up. This is 2,000 points. Probably should have pointed that out. I don't know, probably at the very start, but it's 2,000 points. It is horrendous. Obviously, I've got 4, you know, contemptors. It's not pleasant. But then the reason for that was it was a stated as a tournament. So I thought, okay, fair enough. It is a tournament rather than a narrative event. So I'm also trying to do well. In the end, I won all 3 games and then lost out on a couple of points for what was it? Soft score points. So I think it was, as I said, probably detailing, just because these guys are not, you know, probably needs a bit more on them, to be fair. And then I can't remember what the other one was. Some other soft score point, which I can't remember. So yeah. So, but no, overly happy with how it went. I just put these chaps in the background. A glaive there in the background for the 18th Legion, and this little chap on a horse. Why not? Just a bit of background stuff. All right, that's it really. So that's the end of the Betrayal at Crawley, and looking forward to my game actually against Rupert on Friday, which I'll be using 3,000 points of the Custodes. I don't know what he's taking. I have to ask him. And then yeah, awesome. So that's it, and I'll keep a lookout. Got Brighton Heresy 4, 25th, 26th of March. That is sold out, but there's reserved spaces. And then we've got Brighton Heresy 5 in July, so keep an eye out for that as well on 30k Forgotten Legion Facebook page, and like and subscribe. Comment as well, I always reply to comments. Yeah, so get involved. Cheers, bye.